Hey, this is Pretty Kitty. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different these next few Sundays. I'm going to be doing a Sketchbook Sunday. So yeah, I don't know if you guys like this or not. I figured it'd be really cool just in case, just to explore some ideas that are in my head, and let's do it. I don't have anything in particular to talk about. Actually, yeah, I do. So this weekend was a really fun weekend. I was able to spend a lot of time with my significant other, Eric, and we were able to just go out the house and explore. Saturday was really fun. I went out and I went to a place called Beaver Lake Nature Center, which isn't too far from my city, but it is a good, it's a good distance away. But doing that was really exciting because I was able to go into a completely different area, which is really cool. So I was able to get the heck out of my house and go and just leave. And I've seen a couple of videos and read a lot of blogs about that sort of thing. And I got really excited because I wanted to do something like that myself. Let's see. I'm just sketching a few, I'm using a few pictures from my actual trip, and I'm trying to use that as like inspiration a little bit. And you'll actually get a nice video on my a little bit covering my trip on Thursday, and I just have to finish editing that video, so that'll be really fun for you if you're interested in that. Let's see, I'm gonna use a little bit of this. If you're interested in seeing all the materials I use, everything from the programs I use to the pens and pencils I sketch with, check out prettykittycommissions.com/materials, and you will be able to see everything I use. I should update that too, because I just got a few new fun things to play with. So yeah, I'm actually using these Faber-Castell, what are they? Pitt Artist pens. These are brush pens, and I love the fact that I can just like mess with the line weights and stuff and jazz. I also got a new toned tan. Is it toned gray or toned tan? I believe it's toned gray. Yep. I got a new toned gray Strathmore sketchbook that I'm going to be using mostly for my environments. Reason for that is because I need more practice with landscapes, environments, and creating new like areas. So I'm gonna be doing that and hoping that I improve as time goes on. So right now I'm just doing these little thumbnails. They're really helpful when I want to, like, you know, create something new or like focus on, you know, a certain area. But anyway, yeah, back to it. So I was able to get the heck out the house this weekend, which was amazing. It was St. Patrick's Day on Saturday. St. Patrick's Day on Saturday. I went to go see my local St. Patrick's Day parade. It was meh, a lot of police officers. I guess a lot of police officers are Irish in our city, which is cool. But it wasn't, for me, it wasn't much to look at. If I was a kid, absolutely, but I was like, okay, we were done here. So we left, we went to a local tea shop, had some breakfast / lunch there. Then we went off to Beaver Lake, and Beaver Lake was absolutely beautiful. I loved the area. It was so pretty, and even in the snow it was pretty, and I was like, what? This is awesome. So, you know, actually going out and exploring a little bit was just something that I needed. I've been having a severe case of wanderlust lately, and also having a severe case of wanting to improve my artwork as well. And unfortunately, the two don't correspond well when you can't necessarily travel where you want to travel to due to like financial restrictions. So yeah, but going out here was relatively close enough. It wasn't too far to drive. It was a great time. Being able to just kind of get that little instant satisfaction of being in a new environment was absolutely amazing. And yeah, I would do it again. I should use Pro White, but my Pro White is like not working. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what I want to do with this, because I was like, oh, I could just use Pro White, or I could just use white paint. Actually, white paint will be easier. All right, cool. Let's do this. So I have my white, so I have a paintbrush, I also have my pen. This is technically supposed to be Sketchbook Sunday, but I need a quick way to lay down some paints. I need a quick way to like lay down color or lay down like whites and stuff. So, yeah, this was really cool though. Even though it was snowy and it was the dead of winter pretty much, it was cold, it was still really, really nice to be out and about and actually like doing stuff. Like we went to a hiking trail, and with that hiking trail, it was just really, really cool. I don't know, like I really liked it. And seeing like different skiers and doing things like that was just amazing. So yeah, I guess the thing that's been going on in my mind is that I've been saying that I want to become a better artist and I want to improve on my art. And the only way I'll be able to improve on my art is to travel. That's what I feel like the best way I'll be able to do that. And because I'll be able to travel, I'll be able to figure out like, okay, I'm traveling and I'm doing like plein air studies at the same time. Like I'm actually studying my environment. Let's say I'm in France or something, right? Something cool like that. And I get to study like French architecture. Even though I'm not great at it, you know, it's still nice to study things like that. I don't know. It just feels like, I feel like I need a change in my surrounding. And the only way to do that is by traveling. So, you know, just been thinking about that a lot, and that's been kind of on my mind quite a bit actually. And I'm trying to come up with a plan. Or actually, you know, I have a trip. I can't believe I forgot about this, but I have a trip coming up in May where I'll be going to the Caribbean. Now you guys don't feel sorry for me. But I just try to forget about it because I don't want to keep thinking about it and being miserable, like, oh my God, I don't want to be here. But yeah, I can't believe I just forgot about that. But that was interesting coming up with the funds for that one. But yeah, no, I feel like traveling will make me a better artist. And because of that, I'll be able to, you know, show what I've got. I think that thumbnail looks really odd. Let's try this again. Okay, we're gonna try sketching it a little bit smaller. But yeah, so I feel like traveling will make me become a better artist. I'll be able to use my experiences, my own personal experiences, and my own personal resources, like the photos that I've taken, and I'll be able to like actually apply that to something, and apply that to something important, like, you know, design and art and like characters and environments and stuff like that. Like that's important because, you know, I see all this great art and I see all my favorite artists doing something amazing, but a lot of it is due to like real life and actually like experiencing these things. And that's something I definitely want to do for myself. So yeah, travel and art. I really do like that. I also have, I think my first video, one of my first YouTube videos, was how travel affects your artwork and how to get inspiration. Because I was in New Orleans, was sometime, actually in April of this year will be my little, I guess, New Orleans anniversary. So actually being there and being in a different like state and being in a different area like that was just amazing, and using that to my advantage of like the pace was so much slower, and it kind of made me slow down and kind of think about certain things, like, you know, how travel affects your artwork and why you have to take it easy sometimes, and what that can do for your artwork, and why I feel so, you know, passionate about going places and things. It was great. It was a different experience. Lots of plants too, which was awesome. Being around greenery is nice. I don't know. Sometimes I think that traveling allows me to not be somebody else, but experience someone else, if that makes any sense. Alrighty. I'm gonna move this over here. And it looks absolutely disheveled and messy, but it's not gonna look pretty. It's Sketchbook Sunday. This isn't meant to make anyone make this look pretty. This is gonna be just like me exploring some ideas. And unfortunately, some ideas are gonna be really awful, and well, that's gonna have to be okay if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna do this Sketchbook Sunday thing right. I wonder if I can just add a little bit of white to that snow. I don't know if that's, I don't think that's a good composition. That we're getting slightly better here. I'm trying to focus on my composition, and it's hard because like, it feels like I'm overthinking it, yet it feels like I'm not thinking about it enough. And it's like, I just don't know, like, I don't know. It's, you know, it's a struggle that I have. Like, my biggest struggle, I think, are backgrounds. My biggest struggle is backgrounds and placing characters within the background. So I've been asking on Instagram, like every artist I follow that does like bomb backgrounds, I'm like, oh my gosh, can you please give me like some sort of tip, something that helps you, a book that helps you, and a tip that helps you create better artwork for your characters. And actually, shout out to one of the artists that I just started following. He told me literally to stop drawing characters and start drawing more backgrounds. And I was like, duh, of course I could do that. Why didn't I think about that before? So I'm trying to put characters in backgrounds. Why don't I just focus on the actual backgrounds? Because a great design, like a great design is going to be a great design whether there's a character in it or not. So I was like, oh, that's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. So I'm going to do that. So I'm currently just working on these thumbnails of like small ideas that I had in my head and that I wanted to, I guess, pursue eventually. I'm trying to focus on values a little bit as well. Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, I will actually be releasing the pictures that I've taken during the trip to Beaver Lake in Thursday's video. So if you catch Thursday's video and you watch it all the way to the end, you'll actually be able to get an awesome freebie that I hope it's awesome. You'll be able to get an awesome freebie from me. And you'll also be able to see another side of, like, I guess the Pretty Kitty domain, so to say. Well, literally the Pretty Kitty domain. So yeah, I'll be releasing something really awesome for you guys, and it's free. I guess the only takeaway I can give you from this is, even though you might be financially, you may or may not be financially like hindered to travel. Try traveling, or better yet, use your surroundings for inspiration. I noticed that I started taking photos of everything, of literally everything. And it was interesting that I did that because I was just like, I'm taking photos of literally everything, and I'm in this mindset. I was 100% aware that I started getting into this mindset of, I'm going to try and get inspired by everything I possibly can. And if I can get inspired by something, or if something becomes a photo, or not a photo, an actual painting or a finished piece of, or a sketch that's really good of some sort, great. At the very least, I have a cool photo that I can give to people, or at the very least, I have something that might not be useful for me now, but could be useful for me some other time. So that's one of the things that I'm really, like, I guess, stoked about, because I really like the idea of being able to go out and take photos and then use that in my artwork. Not only does that make my work a little bit more original, but it also helps like cultivate ideas from things around me. And that's just, every time I do that is just practice. And the more practice I have, the better at it I'm going to become. And the better at it I'll become, I will literally get to be able to do this in no time. I will have, you know, so much awesome things happening in, you know, in my head, that like any little thing, even like a person's like gesture or a person's attitude or even just a person's personality can, you know, spark a huge creative, like huge creative zap in me, you know? And that's something that I want. I want to be able to do that. I actually want this to look like a cave. I want to have the darkest dark. Actually, we have the darkest dark. I have a black. Oh. Let's see what this does. So, hope that this comes out looking like something. If not, I know what it looks like, so I guess that's okay. Or I could probably use that black. Yeah, this would be cool for a 16 by 20. And then maybe some trees on top of it. No, that's the bottom of a, I don't know. It's cool. I like it. It's different. So yeah, let's see what I can do with that. These two up here. I don't know what this is gonna be, or what I'm gonna do here, or how I'm gonna be able to like figure this out. But so if I put the horizon line up higher, it's almost as if it's looking down at somebody. Okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna screw around and see what I can find. I'm just making random like marks, and I just want to see what comes out of it. And this is cool too. This is a cool way of like, you know, using ideas to, or using photos just to like simulate something, or, you know, take place of something. One thing I learned about reference photos is that if you reference something, it grounds your drawing or painting or whatever you're doing into reality. I have an idea for a painting. I don't know if I want to have it lengthwise or height-wise, but I think it'd be really cool if I did like a limited color palette, maybe like black, white, and red or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna use this favorite pastel pen kind of for a dark figure and a dark figure, and it'd be kind of cool to, and it looks weird. This looks super weird. It looks like two gray blobs, but it'll be just fine. And then I can take some of this and line it up with a little bit of white here, a little bit of white on here, maybe to contrast it just a little bit, or add a little bit of variety here. Not too much detail though, because, you know, the details should remain in this center area. But I think after I like get them colored, like their color situation taken care of, I think we'll be okay. And then literally the backs of this will be nice and brown. It'll be just a bunch of brown trees behind them. And we'll try not to create any tangents either. Cool. I also have to Google what exactly tangents are. I think tangents are basically when something looks, when an object in the distance is touching an object in the foreground without obvious overlap. That's what tangents are. Oh, I don't have to Google it at all. So anyway, guys, I think this is it for now. These are just like some quick thumbnail practices that I really wanted to do because these photos were awesome. I was able to use something really, really cool and use an opportunity to better my artwork and figure out some ideas. So yeah. Thank you guys for joining in on my first Sketchbook Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too long. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please, please, please let me know in the comments below the video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, check out my materials list if you're ever curious on what I use for my art. And have a wonderful, beautiful, pretty kitty kind of day. And take care.